Hey guys, it's Jamie. Deliverance is not pretty. I'm not sure if I've ever seen deliverance in a beautiful way. I mean, the outcome's beautiful. So I'm saying that because this week it has been a week of deliverance for me, like pressed on all sides. And the vision I got in that was when I was a kid, there used to be these little vending machines that you could go to, and you could get these keychains and you could squeeze the head that was on the inside of it and it would bulge out and it kind of looked like snot that was all around it. And that's what I envisioned my week being like, being pressed on all sides. And I was asking the Lord, I'm like, my gosh, what is going on? I did not realize that these things were in me, right? So he puts us in such situations and circumstances where we will be pressed on all sides. And he said, stop trying to move out of this, Jamie. This is where I've put you. And so that's my word for this week. And I was like, God, I don't want to say this. What if it's not the timing for them? And he's like, it's my time, not your time. So that is my word to release to you all. When the pressure is on all sides and you feel like you want to back up or you want to rebuke it or you want to run from the people that he's put around you or the circumstances that he has placed you in, don't run from it. Press into it. Allow the Lord to press you on all sides because it's his doing. It's his hand of mercy because he's desiring to pull something out of each and every one of us. That's what my week has been. He showed me areas of my heart that like I did not know existed, but they wouldn't have come to the surface. And this is what he said. They won't come to the surface unless I press you. They won't come to the surface if you run from this. They won't come to the surface if you rebuke this because it's not something you can rebuke because it's me. And so I need you to relent to it, Jamie. I need you to relent your emotions, your ideas, your mindset to what I have in store for you because it's my doing. It's my doing. And so when you do that, there is a return on it that's far greater and faster when we will just submit to his process in his hand. And the reason I'm on here specifically without makeup is that's what this was. So like I swim. I've started swimming for exercise. And in that swimming, I color my hair and I'm very intentional about my investments. I make no bones about it. But the chlorine will damage the crown that's on my head. And the chlorine will cause discomfort to my eyes unless I protect both of them, right? And my mouth is not open when I'm plowing ahead in that water. And so my mouth has to be closed and I have to listen in a new way and I have to have my head in the right direction because if I try to raise it up at the wrong time, it's going to cause my body to sink and it's going to make that process a lot harder. It's going to make each and every lap a lot more draining. And so my endurance won't be there. And that's us bowing our neck to what the Lord is calling us to do. And so when I swim, it's about an hour. And that pressure by the end of that time, it's pretty built up because you're underwater and it only amplifies it. And when I take off the swim cap, right, I can feel that whoosh, that blood flow begin to come back to where it needs to be. And when I remove the goggles, I can feel life coming back to my eyes and I'm no longer constrained in my lungs and my breath doesn't have to be in a certain cadence and I don't have to worry about how my head is positioned because I know my body won't sink because now I'm upright because I've relented to that process that I've intentionally submitted to and I don't get out of it early. Like if I know that my goal is to reach a certain number of meters, right? Or to get a certain number of laps and to beat the time that I did last time that I did this exercise, then I'm willing to submit my body, spirit, soul, and body, all of it to it. And I have these conversations as I'm swimming, like one more lap, this is the time, and so I encourage myself in the Lord. I find joy in what I'm doing because I know the reward on the other end of it. But the facet of that I often forget is that when I get out of the pool, my face looks mangled. It does. I'm all puffy. I'm all swollen because the blood is drawn to my eyes and because of the section of the goggles, but it's for my protection. It's for the ability for me to see clearly on the other side of that process. And so when the pressure is on my head and when it's on my eyes and when it's on my mouth and it's on my lungs, if I relent to it and I just follow cadence and I don't lift up my head at the wrong time, I'm going to plow through that water in a far greater speed and my time and improvement's going to get better. And the stress on my body is alleviated because I'm in right alignment. And it's no different than when the Lord's taking us into deliverance. I'm not going to bow my neck. And that's what he was saying to me this week is, don't bow your neck in this, Jamie. I'm in this. I'm pressing you on all sides, because when you will relent to it, when you don't buck up against it, when you don't try to run from it or push back against it, there's another layer of you that that I get to pull off because you're submitted to me, and another level, another, I don't know, maybe a facet of my glory can be revealed in you. And that's what it is to be a son. So as you go forward in this week, I just say, ask the Lord if it's him that's pressing you on all sides. Don't rebuke it at first, because it might be the Lord. And that's what it was for me, because he needed something new out of me. He needed to uncover a new area of my heart and my mind, my thought processes that needed to be delivered, because that's who we are. We are sons, and that deliverance always comes in the process of sonship. So I just bless you guys, and I hope this encourages you for the week ahead.